I care for my son Lewis, who's 8.
Geraint suffers from a mental illness called paranoid schizophrenia.
I care for my mother, and I also care for another lady called Eileen.
He was born with chronic renal failure, so I've looked after him as a carer and a mum since he was born.
He's double incontinent. He suffers from epilepsy. He's got autistic tendencies.
According to the 2001 census, there are 25,707 people in the Wolverhampton area undertaking a caring role. The carers look after family, parents, friends who are ill, frail or have a disability. The care they provide is unpaid and totally without the recognition of the vital contribution they're making to their society. Over 6,000 people, that's 1 in 9, said they were providing at least 50 hours care each week.
I'm a carer, firstly to my dad for 2 years, then I've been a carer to my mum now for 7 years.
My mother, she's mentally ill, and the other lady, Eileen, she's physically ill. So I've got to care for both ladies.
Daniel needs care because he's vulnerable. He's got no sense of fear, and he's very trusting. And physically, he needs help with everything, basically.
Being a carer, or taking on the role of being a carer, can be a very stressful and daunting experience. We spoke to people in the Wolverhampton area who care for a people or person. They shared their experiences with us and told us how being a carer had affected their lives.
It totally consumes your life being a carer. Every waking minute you're thinking about things that other people don't need to think about.
Well, it can be hard work, but it can also be enjoyable to the fact that you're looking after a person who can't look after themselves. Yeah. And especially when it's your wife or, you're a member of family, you can give them what care out to the community can't give. I can give it to them, but not so good because they've got so many people to look after. Yeah. Where with me, it's a one-to-one.
Yeah. It changes your life, being a carer. It's not the same. I can't be going out as often as I used to. I can't go sometimes to functions or events where others are going out, where children can be left with aunts or uncles or grandparents, because in a way our child will only kind of be looked after by us.
Being a carer for the last 10 years, the social life is practically non-existent. I don't look for a social life, I don't look for holidays because it's more or less a no-no at the moment. So social life, apart from one afternoon out on a Tuesday afternoon down the bingo with my friend, there is no social life.
The Care and Support Services are here to help and support carers. They can give advice and offer information regarding any situation in the strictest confidentiality. The Care Support Team can offer carers help in many different ways. They deal with each carer individually and help support their needs.
The Care Support Team are there. I can just pick up the phone and there's someone there I can talk to, cry to, moan to, even not say anything, just to know there's somebody on the end of the phone who's there and who cares.
We know of people that are carers that don't even know the service exists, and I've actually pointed half a dozen people through and said, ring this number and they will tell you which is the appropriate venues for you to go to.
A support worker will come to your house or meet you somewhere where you feel comfortable and talk about the problems you face day to day, talk about your child's condition, what help you need as a carer, what help you think they would need, and it's just a reinforcement of somebody else knows what you have to go through every day, and then as part of that you're able to apply for the holiday grant.
The Carer Support Group at Oxley is a group that I've been to 4 meetings. I'm quite a new member. The person who runs the group is a wonderful lady. She's very compassionate. She's been a carer herself, so she knows where we're coming from.
And sometimes we just call into the office for a cup of coffee. Christmas is a good time because you get a mince pie with it as well.
We've had some funding for holidays through the Carer Support, and they give us newsletters, they let us know what's happening with other issues to do with disabilities, which is great.
Another service provided by the Carer Support Services is the emergency card for carers. The emergency card is like a credit card in size. It contains a serial number which is unique to the carer. It is only used in an emergency when the carer is unable to communicate. If, for example, they were involved in an accident, when the card is found on their person, a control centre is contacted and they would take appropriate action to contact relatives or the social services.
I find the emergency card very useful because if anything happened to me, I would know that my mother would be well taken care of, and I think all carers should be having this emergency carers card because it gives you peace of mind, because disaster can happen any time.
Well, the emergency card is a credit card sized piece of plastic that's got a special number that's relevant to you, and it holds all the child's details, where medication's kept, who to get in contact if anything happened to you, to take over care.
These services, and others like it, allow you as a carer to still have some social life and some independence, which in turn will help make the time together with the person you care for less stressful. So, remember, looking after yourself is valuable for you and everyone else.
Carer Support, they do give you grants. They give one is a holiday grant, which allows me to, my wife can be put into a home, and then I can go down to my brothers in Wales and have a holiday. It allows me to visit my brother in Wales. So it is a good thing, you know, as we can get out. It's a week, but that week means a lot to us, and it allows me to see my own family, you know.
Somebody came round from the Carer Support Group, did an assessment on my needs, and I was awarded a grant. Took 6 weeks for the grant to come through, which gave us time to organise respite for Daniel and for Joshua to go to his nan's, and my husband and I had a nice weekend away where we had time for each other and came back completely revitalised and relaxed.
For anybody who's touched by mental illness, I would certainly recommend carer support systems of whatever kind, and there are some which are good. Wolverhampton is a very good one. It's very well organised, and the staff are very dedicated.
The Wolverhampton Carer Support Group, you know the face you're talking to, and I'm there on the other end of the phone, and they can give you the advice, and when they realise you've got a problem, they act straight away, and I'm there to help you out, and it makes us feel a lot more comfortable. I couldn't be without it.
I would recommend the carer services. To me they are invaluable, and I have recommended and pointed quite a few people in that direction, and told them what numbers to ring and signpost them to which way to go.
If you'd like to receive any more information on the services offered by the Carer Support Services, don't hesitate to contact them on Carer Support Services, Queen Street, or phone 01902 553 409.
a message I have got to other carers is that don't ever give up on your loved one.